I'm trying to keep it together because Five Sauce, they're gonna drop 2011, but I have to watch the 2012 podcast before I can listen to 2011. So that's what we're gonna do now. Watch the 2012 podcast. I'm freaking out because this is where I step in, because I discovered them in 2012 through the Somewhere New EP. My favourite track is Unpredictable. And we're gonna react to it now. The 2012 episode, that is. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow socials, turn notification bell on, and let's get into 2012. So whip out the old Hemmings
Yeah, the year
jacket.
the world was first banned. You were right there.
We started 5 Secs of Summer. We couldn't get 5 Sauce. We couldn't get 5 Seconds of Summer. That was too long. It was a whole bunch of things. So
Was it because fans already had the name?
Yes, they stole it.
I wonder how they managed to get it.
Together, and I think we were eating Subway in a public park or something. And
$5
as
6
I'm,
inches.
as I'm jumping down on a sub, I remember saying to Liz, "So what'd you think?" And I remember she said
Made his voice really
she
squeaky.
didn't get a good vibe. She didn't.
Nice.
She didn't trust him. And I said, "You know what, Liz? I trust you." So not them.
We stand Liz Hemmings.
You acoustic a little bit.
When
too
you acoustic too much,
Yeah,
it's like,
man.
how are we going to break out of this?
And your Boys Avenue.
So,
They gotta
Boys
get out.
Avenue.
They took it the whole way, man.
They did take it the whole way.
No disrespect.
On May 21st, we filmed the Gotta Get Out acoustic video, which was a song Callum wrote. Did you guys
Yeah.
write that with him? So you're
No
100%. So you're the richest.
Yeah, I think I got a check for that for like $17 when I was 16.
I stand by
That's pretty
what I
good.
said. That bought.
That's three and a half stunner deals.
I think
That is.
I think I bought you guys some McDonald's from there,
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh.
$2
which
cheeseburgers.
is
Yeah.
my thank you.
Legend.
So this was our first shoot.
Legendary
we had-
behaviour.
We're out from like the bush.
So we're already stressed. We've been on the train for an hour and a half. We're walking through Redfern with all our gear, and we walk into this building.
Dirty
We've never recorded
Mike.
into mics live
Dirty
before.
Mike.
We played the second Annandale show. We were electric. We were plugged in. We were on a stage. We were playing with hardcore bands. They had it together. I remember we were like, damn, they sound good compared to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're kind of shitting it.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not there yet. We need to start rehearsing hard. But this gig had about 70 kids there, and they were all there to see us, which
Yeah.
was a good feeling. So it had built already.
Everyone
which was crazy.
really did not like us there.
No.
Everyone.
Well, the other bands. No.
The other bands.
Well, yeah. I mean,
screw
there's one
them.
band, they lent us like their backline, which was nice. They were
know
the
what?
only ones
Stand
that-
them.
Saturday, we played the Factory Theatre in Sydney, and then the Sunday, we had a book to go to Melbourne, and we had this amazing gig lined up in Melbourne at, this really cool bar, and I mean, like, we're 15 at this point, so we're like, oh, that's sick. And we get on the plane. We're about to get on the plane, and our manager calls us at the time and goes, "Hey, there's a problem with the Melbourne gig. So the venue has fallen into a sinkhole. So
But we were so casual. Yeah, so what?
we were like, yeah.
So what? We can't play.
So what does that mean?
So what? The kids will be in a sinkhole?
Boys.
What?
He said, "Play around a sinkhole."
That
Wait,
doesn't matter.
Wasn't this where we coined manage the situation? Like we just managed the
Oh
situation.
yeah, we said just
Ah,
manage it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the stage looked so ugly that we sent Adam out to get some fairy lights.
And we said,
So we
That's a classic astronaut
we
move
go-
right there.
We got no prod. We're playing in a tennis court. This
Like, what are we opening our encore with?
we're doing. I think we were doing Out of My Limit last.
Smash
You're
it.
Okay, yeah.
just a
And then
little
you had your
bit out of
guitar
my
in a
limit.
guitar stand, and I was like, shoulders are getting a bit sore from the bass.
Yeah.
I put my
and to be fair, basses are heavy.
No,
you
but-
needed
yeah.
to kind of
and then I put my guitar down, and I saw it in slow motion. Your guitar's just kind of bumped a little bit
and it's
once
wobbled.
or twice, and it's just fallen. And I've seen it, and I've looked at you, and I've looked at the guitar, and
Crack the
I'm pretty
neck.
sure you got on your knees. You
Crack
fell
the
to
neck
your knees.
right in the middle.
Yeah.
Fell to his knees.
Yeah. It's pretty distraught.
I remember tears.
Yeah, I think you did cry.
No,
He did.
there's no fucking way.
Dude, you did.
I'm pretty sure you did
I
cry.
watched you.
And I'm pretty sure I shed a tear too.
Really?
I don't
Why
like-
would I have cried over that?
It was so much fun, just like 15, dicking around in a goddamn hotel room, like just.
It was fucking awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun at any age to be
So
dicking
you're
around
on
in
the
a
band's
hotel
private
room.
jet.
when I was
Jetstar.
By the second gig,
19 in
no, I'm
Malta
kidding.
2 years
So
ago,
then after that,
dicking around
after
in the
that
hotel
tour
room,
went so well, we
playing
said, you
fucking
know
beer
what?
pong and
Let's record our acoustic
be
shit.
creating movie scenes.
Joel Chapman was our first ever music guru, and he was the first like rock star we had ever met. He had rings on, he was
Yep.
cool, he had long hair, he was in a band called Amy Meredith, and
Yeah.
he was kind of helping us get our live show together when we started playing as an electric band. And he's a mystical being. He had a moustache at the time. I had never seen a moustache.
No, me neither.
Definitely not Caliber.
No.
I used that for years because it was pretty
Absolutely.
clear that you were always going to play like the stuff that was like like holding the meat and potatoes of
yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to play?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, let's play something different. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just move everything up
Up
the octave.
Yeah,
And
it
that's-
worked.
It worked.
And to be fair, we stuck with that mantra for our whole
just
career.
referenced
Like
a
still
little ad.
now, between the like early November months, which was when we were given an opportunity that obviously would end up changing our lives when our manager Matt spoke to us about.
It was in Adelaide.
It was in Adelaide, yeah. I remember the I remember the booth we were sitting at as
Yeah,
well.
me too.
I remember he said he's spoken to his friend and One Direction are looking for a band to sign and take on their entire tour in 2013.
Yes.
The Take Me Home tour,
Which at that point in time, the only thing I'd seen of One Direction was when they came to Sydney,
and it was
absolute chaos, and it was on the news, and people were like, the streets are closed, the
Yep.
CBD, they're staying at the Intercontinental, and there's 10,000 people waiting outside.
yep. And so immediately that's a little overwhelming.
So we were like,
And
what?
what makes you beautiful?
But like,
is,
imagine
one of the
being just like a
biggest
small
songs
band
in
at
the
that
world
time, and then hearing
um,
a band as big as
and,
One Direction
I mean,
wouldn't you?
essentially was
Like,
the beginning of their rise to being one of the biggest bands of all time, and we kind of were looking at each other and we were like, holy fuck, like do we?
you say yes.
And
I mean, they did
the-
say yes
the
'cause that's what they
proposition
claim.
there was to leave Australia and to move to London, and
Because the management company
Was
that
out
we
of
would ultimately
London.
sign with was out of London.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it would be go to London, get ready for the tour that started in 3 months, which we had a few gigs under our belt at this point,
And write some songs to play on that tour.
and write songs to play.
That's a quick turnaround.
But the crazy part was, I remember the biggest problem was escaping our mentality that we shouldn't go on tour with a boy band.
It was
Because
that-
we were like, we want to be Green Day. How the hell are we ever going to come back from going on tour?
with a boy band, yeah.
It just didn't make sense to our 15-year-old brains. We were like, how are we going to become a live band
Yeah.
if we make it?
Look at you now.
And thank God we did.
I know.
We got past that.
Imagine if they didn't
Yeah,
get out of that
It was like
mentality though.
record 4 of the best songs that we thought we had made, and that was when we recorded Out of My Limit, Gotta Get Out.
Side you.
But
The crazy part about making that EP, like, okay, we're gonna send One Direction's manager is gonna come to see us in Australia,
yeah,
and we were like, shit, that's
Yeah.
really scary.
that's fucking horrifying.
This be the first time we've ever met like a big music business
Like
person.
big time.
We had no idea how to communicate with people like that. We had no knowledge of the music business at all, but we knew we had to look good. So we tweeted out, "Hey, here's the studio. Please come visit us." So we look good. So can you please come to
we
the
do
studio in
that?
Surrey Hills?
Yeah.
I
We
remember
need
that.
people
Yeah.
outside because this 1D manager guy's
We need him to think there's some buzz.
we need him to think we have fun.
Wow, that's
Nice.
fucking genius. Whose idea was that?
We
That's
need him to think we have
It's
fun.
such a
So
good thing
we
to
had
do.
like
I just
10
love how
people
Luke's
outside.
like, whose idea was that? And
Oh, did you?
also
and
bet it was
when
his.
this
was the whole thing of like we're in. I think we'd all finished. You were about to finish school, and we were just about. We just were finishing year 10 at that point. So we still had 2 more years left of school, basically. So it was like a whole thing of figuring out, can we do this, like, especially from my end, because my mom was like, obviously it's a big opportunity. She's not silly, but she was like, you need to do some sort of school.
Finish school.
So she's a teacher. Like that was all through that time trying to figure out that, even like with the Metro show and recording the EP. Oh god.
I couldn't afford to fly back, so I don't think any of us could afford to fly back,
No,
but we
no,
made
I
it.
don't
We
think
made it
so.
work.
Oh, jeez. I actually remember being on that flight with my mum, and we were like right in the arse end of the plane, and we were right
Probably
next to
middle
the
seat.
toilet. And I
Yeah.
just was awake the whole time. The only way to fall asleep in those days was with Finnegan.
Oh, 20. You loved a good Finnegan.
I don't know what it was, but like I feel after watching that episode like a proud mum, but I'm also like, oh, but I'm like, yay, but I'm like, oh, and I'm just so freaking here for it. Oh my god. You see, the thing is, there's one more episode left, but before we get to the 2011 episode, I need to. I've got the 2011 song to listen to, which I'm not prepared for in the slightest. But I'm so happy that they actually got out that mentality with the whole One Direction thing and went on tour with them, because like, look at how well it went for them and where they went out. Like, hello, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary. I'm just so happy for them, and I really want to see them next year at the next tour. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow socials, turn the notification bell on, and I will see you next time.